How do you avoid getting tickets? Wouldn't you like to know?
Ours got me charged.
What's going on? 3 for 3 videos in 3 days. I don't want you guys to get used to this because this is the first time I've had 4 days off without having to work overtime or off-duty gigs or security or whatever. So I go back to work tonight for another 6 days, so don't expect like a video back-to-back. But with all these days off, like I've been really excited to pump out some videos. I don't know where it's come from, but there's been like a huge influx in subscribers lately, and it's really given me some good motivation. I want to like go punch a puppy or something. I'm just kidding, I don't want to punch a puppy. I love puppies. I wish I could just drive around and do like YouTube videos all day. I told some of my buddies at work, I was like, man, if I can make twice what I'm making at work doing YouTube videos, I'll quit. But then I started thinking about it, I'm like, well, these are cop vlogs. So I guess this channel would just be about some dickhead with no face and one hand. So how to avoid getting tickets? Of course, this is like the $1 million question everybody wants answered. For those of you that don't want to hear me babble for the next 4 or 5 minutes, I'll go ahead and give you the short answer. You really can't. Thanks for watching. For those of you that actually are interested in listening to me, I'll teach you a few ways to help reduce the chances of you getting a ticket or possibly getting it dropped afterwards. So naturally, anytime we make a traffic stop, like we're going to be nervous. We never know who we're stopping. So having a bad attitude is already going to start us off on the wrong foot. If I walk up to your car, your music's blasting, your windows are up, and I have to tap on your window, like I already know there's gonna be issues. It's not like you didn't know I was gonna walk up to your car, dickhead. If I walk up and both your hands are on the steering wheel and you've got like your license, insurance, and registration ready to go, I might have a heart attack. I'll drop dead from shock. No one ever has their paperwork ready. Every time I go up there, I introduce myself and I'm like, can I see your license? And they're like, oh, let me find it. Why wouldn't you have your license ready when you get stopped? Once in a while, I'll get that one person that gives me like their license, their registration, their insurance, their diploma, their birth certificate. So number 1, have all your shit ready to go. Number 2, roll down your window. And if you have tinted windows like I do, roll all your windows down so the officer feels safe when they come up to your car. Number 3 is a good attitude. A good attitude will get you much farther than anything else. Number 4, and believe it or not, this happens more often than not, especially in small towns, don't name drop. Asking me if I know officer so-and-so tells me right away that you're trying to get out of this ticket. I'm not making a traffic stop to talk about other officers or birds or Pittsburgh Steelers. Traffic stops are made because there was a moving violation and there might or might not be a citation attached to it. I don't care about anything else. Remember that tickets are totally officer discretion. I don't have a certain amount I have to write every month. People usually talk themselves into tickets or to jail. Okay, so let's say that you had a great attitude, you rolled all your windows down, you had your documentation ready, you were apologetic, you didn't name drop. You still ended up getting a citation. What do you do then? If you do happen to know another cop, wait until after the stop is done and you can give them a call. I have no problem dropping tickets unless it's like a serious violation or it caused an accident. If I stopped you for going like 12 over or 13 over or whatever, and another officer calls me and he's like, hey man, do you mind dropping this? Sure, no problem, I don't give a shit. I'm not a fan of generating revenue for the state anyway, and I don't see a dime of it, so why not? I'm not here to make money for other people. The first thing that officer is gonna ask me though is how was their attitude. If I tell them you had a shitty attitude, they're gonna say, nope, don't drop it. Another question I get asked a lot, can one officer drop another officer's citations? No, they can't. Only the issuing officer can drop a citation. Now here's a little secret a lot of people don't know about, and I'm not speaking for all jurisdictions. Again, this is only the experience I've had here locally where I live. I've seen a lot of people go to court and they plead guilty face to face with the judge and they admit what they did. The judge will either reduce it or he'll do what's called a dead docket. And basically a dead docket means you do end up paying the full fine for the citation, but they never send it to the state. So it's like it never happened. It's never on your record in the future. Honesty and self-accountability is such a rare thing these days that when officers or judges see it, we tend to be really lenient on people like that. And if you guys have tried all these options and you still end up having to pay the fine, which I really believe most of the time a judge is going to be very lenient if you admit your guilt. Go figure. I know, a cop trying to get people to admit their guilt. If you really didn't commit the violation that you're accused of, then by all means, I think you should plead not guilty and go to court. Hey, that's what court's for. And I have to put this out here because some dumbass is going to complain. I'm not a lawyer. Don't consider this legal advice. I'm just speaking from personal experience as a cop in court and on the street. What I've seen with my own 2 eyes. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As usual, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to roll on to the forum. I'll put a link in the description below. If you have any questions or video suggestions, or you just want to chit chat with me and my friends. Have a fantastic day, you bastards, and I will see you soon.